var du som får vara i bild, gubben.
It is day 12, IIHF World Hockey Championship, our final night of group play, and what an atmosphere as Vasily Kasechkin gets the start. 6'7", 240 pounds, a 3-1 record, an all-star goalie from Pyeongchang. Up against Anders Nilsson, 6'6", couple big goalies in this game. In his 4th World Championship, a 3-0 record, a goals against average of 1, 2 shutouts. So some great goaltending, 2 of the best teams in the group, and only fitting Mike Johnson they meet on the final night of group play.
Winner gets first, loser gets second, loser gets Canada in the quarterfinals. Lots to play for these 2 gold medal favorites.
Rickard Rakell leads the way offensively for Sweden. 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points. Top line out, Rakell, Zibanejad, Janmark. And a little buzz in the building.
Oh, is there ever? Look at the crowd, yellow all over the place. Swedish supporters mixed in with the Russian, and a little coaching right off the bat, as generally Datsuk starts the games, but they're going with a checking line centered by Andronov to go up against Zibanejad's line, who has been so good.
Andronov, Mikhaev, Buchnevich. Battle won by Sweden. That shot off the side of the net, back up to the point. Oliver Ekman Larsson, one of 3 Larssons on this team. Janmark fires in tight. Stopped by Koshechkin. Best goaltending numbers in the tournament. Save percentage, Russia #1, Sweden #2, and a collision at the near wall. That was Mikhaev taken down, and early on, it is heated.
Ricard Raquel's going to get the initial penalty for his hit on Mikhaev. He's going to need a new jersey as well, as the front of his has been ripped open. And a finish right between the sixes from 67.
Sweden number 67, Meyer penalty for boarding.
We'll get the boarding penalty, and then one drawn in. Lots of emotion in the building and on the ice for this one.
Russia, Mike, actually the most disciplined team in the tournament. 31 goals thus far coming in this game. The 4th-ranked power play, 5 for 15. And they go to work early as they control off the faceoff. There is the captain, the magic man, Pavel Datsyuk, working down low. Far circle shot, whistled wide, right by Anders Nielsen and out of the zone. And all the way back is Yakolev to get it.
Russia a little unusual in that they really like to generate a lot of their power play looks.
Weird turnover right in front of the net is Johan Larsson.
Kaprizov kicked it in his own net.
Johan Larsson, one of the 3 Larsons out there. He's penalty killing, and Kaprizov usually scoring at the other end. He's got 5 goals in the tournaments.
As I was going to say, they like to generate a lot of their offense in the power play from below the goal line, not the traditional half wall or point setup.
Here is Datsyuk over the blue line. Drops off and comes out as Gusev. Can't keep it in. Gusev, a star in Pyeongchang and a player you watched a lot, Mike Johnson.
Led the Olympics in scoring, was voted best forward, had 12 points in 6 games, assisted on the gold medal winning goal by Kirill Kaprizov in overtime. He is a dynamic player, very similar to Artemi Panarin in Columbus. We know how great he is.
50 seconds remaining on the power play, and again, Russia a little unsettled. Keep in mind, Malmo, Sweden, Mike, about a 30-minute train ride away. You take the Öresund Bridge over, you take the train, and Sweden, as we take another look at this opportunity on the own goal, Sweden actually, I find this amazing, leading the tournament in attendance over Denmark by 20 people coming into this game. So there you go. They are allowed the Trey Kroner. They've been making the trip as Zaitsev, one of 2 right-handed shots on the team. The give and go with Anisimov. Anisimov fires. Rebound, banging away, and Anisimov gets leveled in front. And man, is this physical early.
There's already another high-sticking penalty coming up. Anisimov should settle down because they're about to have a 5-on-3 for 31 seconds as Buchnevich got clipped on the clear in front. And Buchnevich trying to show the damage to his face. Rebound in front, and here comes Adam Larsson. Oh, that's a hard one, right under the chin of Pavel Buchnevich. And he heads the box, no question. Only
Sweden number 6, 4 minutes for high
there it is, hard enough to create a 4-minute penalty. Double minor Adam Larsson, and a nightmare start for Sweden. Penalty, first shift, 4-minute double minor during the kill. We've got 31 seconds, 5-on-3. Again, remember, 5-on-3 formation for Russia. Datsyuk and Gusev below the goal line, looking for Zaitsev and Nesterov playing on their strong sides to step in and take one-timers around the face-off circle. They scored a couple goals like that already in this tournament.
I know Ekholm is in the lineup. Keep in mind, Eric Gustafsson out for the tournament with a hand injury, as is the young star from the SHL, Pettersson, the first-round pick of the Vancouver Canucks, also hand injury done for the tournament.
Sweden only 6 defensemen then dressed because of the injury and the late additions.
So a 5-on-3. What an opportunity early in this hockey game as it's backhanded down the ice by Michael Backlund, the captain for Sweden.
That's huge. That's almost the extent of the 5-on-3 kill just by that clear alone.
And Zaitsev starts the play up. Drop pass. Kirill Kaprizov to Zaitsev. Datsyuk. Zaitsev. Datsyuk down low, jumps over his stick and continues behind the goal line as the captain swings it back up. Russia continues to work it around. Datsyuk back up to the far point. Zaitsev looking for the give and go, work down low. Centering pass in front, scores! Kaprizov, power play goal! 1-0 Russia.
Kirill Kaprizov continues his great tournament, 6th of the tourney. And the fake from Gusev right here to draw Klingberg out towards Nesterov, slide it back between Klingberg and the post. Look at this pass. Right through the wickets of Klingberg on the tape of Kaprizov. And Lindholm can't get there to close him down. Russia with the early 1-0 lead.
Kirill Kaprizov, 5th round pick of the Wild in 2015, and maybe a jackpot 5th round pick, as he has been dynamic in this tournament.
You gotta watch every big tournament he plays in. Olympics, he's a star. World Championships, he's a star. The bigger the stage, the better he gets.
Lost in the KHL Championship this year as well to Akbars Kazan for the Gagarin Cup.
And there you see we talked about generating their power play from below the goal line. Gusev dancing, and Lindholm just can't get over fast enough. If he can get a pass through Klingberg's feet, as Gusev did, Kaprizov wide open in front, all by himself.
Gusev's rights traded to the Las Vegas Golden Knights as well, and he'll be a guy we'll be watching maybe in the National Hockey League sooner than later.
Well, it's gonna cost a lot to get him over there, as his line mate in Russia was Adam Shipashev, who didn't have a great experience with Vegas. And we'll see how keen Gusev is to go through a similar kind of experiment.
So 1-0, and still a minute 26 on that high sticking call to Adam Larsson. As Grigorenko sets up near circle. Grigorenko continues to look, slides it across, shot, knocked down, and the backhand from Michael Backlund down the ice as they kill off some more time. And Nesterov is back for Russia. Nikita Nesterov drops it in neutral ice for Gusev, dangling. Grigorenko, Dadonov just over his stick. Kaprizov on the ice, fires backhand, just wide as Gusev. The backhand in front. Kaprizov back up to the point. Grigorenko fires, high, bouncing, rebound, swatted out of the zone eventually, and Sweden a much-needed change.
Nielsen, how's your game going? 4 minutes in your end the whole time, under siege.
Look at Delarose racing near wall. Out there, penalty killing for Sweden, as is Larsson, hustling back. Sent across, and a nice job as Johan Larsson picks that off and works it into neutral ice. Got Oliver Ekman Larsson, Johan Larsson, and Adam Larsson in the box. How good is this atmosphere? Day 12, and the Swedes fans all tournament have been showing up in numbers as Gusev fires up high and stopped by Anders Nielsen. As Larsson is out of the box, and Adam Larsson off to the bench for a change. Long stretch pass up ahead, a little bit of room, and Patrick Hornquist, big collision as Hornquist recently joining the team as well for the Pittsburgh Penguins, making the trip over in his second game of the tournament. Swung around the boards by Mattias Ekholm, making his debut, and thankful to have his equipment here, his own.
Yeah, there was initial reports that the airline lost his equipment, did not make the trip with him when he got off the plane. They had to rush it over after the fact, arrived at the rink about an hour and a half ago, just in time for Ekholm to put his regular equipment on, as Sweden's got themselves into trouble early with penalties to start the game. Raquel, Adam Larsson, and when you do that against a team with as much talent as Russia, it's going to cost you.
Arvidsson, Kempe, Forsberg, pretty good third line for Sweden, at least on the depth chart. I'd like that line anytime. As Alexander Barabanov driving in for Russia. Barabanov rubbed out on the far wall. And that's a guy, Mike, who's had a real nice tournament for maybe a name you've never heard of.
Barabanov plays on the fourth line, but tons of speed, skill. Skates a little bit like Jeff Skinner. That open 10-2 flexibility caused the defense in trouble.
Philip Forsberg getting physical early. Centering pass in front, shot whistle high as Arvidsson had his head down as he's skating to the bench and realized, hey, the play's still going on, so Arvidsson back into the play. Drop pass. Shot, stop, rebound, Vandon, spinning shot, Mikheyev is stopped. Mikheyev, who was upended earlier in the period, back on the ice, and what a chance there on Anders Nielsen. Nikita Zaitsev It's one of 2 right-handed shots in the entire Russian roster, him and Gusev. As Zaitsev, the Toronto Maple Leaf, works it up ice. Long shot handled as Mikheyev gets it on net. And Isamov swings it down low for Mikheyev. He can't accept that pass. Swung all the way across the ice. Grigorenko, it's up on his stick, knocks it down and moves it up ice. And Isamov lost it. As Janmark, little drop pass, and it's fired in. Kosechkin, who has not been all that busy yet, makes the stop, and Badenoff swings out across country, all the way down the ice, right on Anders Nilsson, as he continues to play and plays the puck behind his own net. Stretch pass up to Michael Backlund, and that'll be icing as he was racing in.
Chance for Mikheyev, as you mentioned, took the big hit from Raquel. Responds with an opportunity to grab one on the rebound. When the puck comes off a shin pad like this, it's spinning like a top, and you see Mikheyev mishandle it to begin with because it's spinning so fast on his blade, but he recovers, wheels, fires. And Anders Nilsson, the one criticism of him might be that he's not that athletic. Looked pretty good on that save.
Shot 7-3 Russia early in the hockey game. John Klingberg moves it up ice for Sweden. Klingberg, a fantastic year in the NHL with Dallas, second in defenseman points. And to John Carlson. Swung to the far wall. Chipped in. It's back the far circle. That shot didn't get through. Exciting pace for this game at Royal Arena, led by Russia. Welcome back inside Royal Arena after about 8:30 p.m. local time and a great night for hockey. Holds about 13,000 for hockey. Brand new building opened up last year and sold out for this game. Our final group game in Copenhagen before Mike and I make the trip to Herning for the quarterfinals. And Herning, fantastic as well. I spent a couple days there covering Team Canada, and their fans are really into it. A city of about 50,000, about a 3.5-hour train ride away from Copenhagen. And a big game going on there right now between Latvia and host Denmark. Winner gets to go to the quarterfinals here in Copenhagen Thursday. Latvia up 1-0 in that game. Zibanejad, Raquel Janmark out for Sweden. Long shot and stopped by Vasily Kosechkin. For Sweden, they just need to settle down. They've been on their heels because of all the penalties to start the game. You've taxed Michael Backlund and the penalty killers you haven't got into your 4-line rotation and just settled into the game. That's what the next 3-4 minutes will have to be for Sweden. Datsuk, Zibanejad line up. Zibanejad wins it. Oliver Ekman-Larsson to Adam Larsson, fires from distance, goes behind the net. As Ekman-Larsson fires it back in. Larsson's playing pass along the board, swung in front, and Raquel Janmark, puck still loose. Janmark gets tied up right in the crease as Janmark and Raquel were looking for Sweden's first goal. Ricard Raquel with some edge. His shirt is already ripped up at the collar there from his initial scrum when he took the penalty. Now he's involved with Gavrikov as Zibanejad wheels this one in front. And Kosechkin doesn't know where it is, but Janmark and Raquel digging at it. Gavrikov and Datsuk digging in. This is great battles in front of the net. Gavrikov, Raquel, Datsuk showing the strength on the stick with Janmark. It's not hard to score. It's so hard to score. He's had a fantastic tournament thus far. 5 goals, 6 assists for Ricard Raquel, and in those tough areas once again. As Ekholm swats at it, gets it down low. Drawn off, gets it for Zaitsev, and it goes to Nesterov, who moves it up ice. Quick shot, kick save, rebound, and Dronov was driving in. Couldn't get a secondary chance. And Dronov, the backhand wanted Buchnevich. Comes into neutral ice. Mikheyev swinging at it, bouncing puck. Nice job, Arvidsson tries to swing it in front as he had his Nashville teammate Philip Forsberg, but it's high and out of play. And there is a chippiness to this hockey game. After every whistle, someone's talking or shoving somebody. That time it was Kempe and Zaitsev.
Game matters a lot. Emotions are high and the intensity is up there. That's not always the case throughout this tournament. It's a long 2 weeks. Some games are more mismatches, but not tonight. Not with these two teams.
Pretty amazing. Russia, 9 straight wins over Sweden at this tournament, including a shootout victory last year. Sweden obviously are defending gold medalists, and the Russian athletes, your medalist gold in Pyeongchang. So great matchup. Artem Anisimov behind his own goal line, tries to chip it out, can as Michael Backlund, proudly wearing the C for Sweden. Back to the point, Lindholm, the backhand in deep, behind the net. As Gustav Nyquist let it go. And look out, a foot race and some speed the other way. To the backhand, nice stop. Great stop and the speed to kill. And a big time stop from Anders Nielsen. Gavrikov tried to send that up ice, it's picked off. As Oliver Ekman-Larsson tried to stretch it up ice, picked off by Kaprizov with Gusev. Kaprizov to Gusev down low. Datsuk in the vicinity. Gavrikov tries to free it, and Adam Larsson gets it from his skates onto his stick. Jacob Delarose on the move in the corner. Bumps Datsuk. Gusev lost it. And eventually chipped in did by Kiselevich, who's going off for a change. Adam Larsson. Edmonton Oilers swings it up for the other Larsson, Johan. Back in the neutral ice area. Ekholm fires it back in. Zaitsev back for Russia. Raquel watching him closely. Zibanejad hits Shalunov and the steal. Zibanejad sends it across. Janmark fires and a nice stop. Osechkin got just a piece. Fired back in deep. Raquel in front, bouncing puck and brought away from Russia out of that dangerous zone in the slot and fired behind Anders Nielsen. Ekholm shifts it to the far corner. As Sweden advancing the puck. Zibanejad on the move, and this time Vasily Kosechkin, an 8th round pick at Tampa Bay way back in 2002 with a stop. Thank you, Genny. Dadonov had 65 points this year in Florida. We saw another example of his speed as he was creating.
Almost feels like a guy who had 28 goals during the regular season in the NHL has been a bit snake bit in this tournament. He has had lots of chances.
Sweden winning the draw. Flip towards the net. Tip. Kosechkin. Dangerous flip with Kempe in front. And again, after pushing and shoving. Rinse and repeat in this first period.
At some point, the referees will start taking one person out of the pile because they won't want to have to separate the group every single time. As Kempe, nice job squaring off against a drawn-off, protecting the puck and getting a tip in there. And here you mentioned that earlier chance by the down-off on Michael Backlund, fends him off, stays on his feet enough to not draw the penalty, but Sweden could have been penalized there again, as it did affect Dadanoff's attempt at net.
Arvidsson was trying to break it hard right off the draw, and one thing in IIHF hockey, they watch the draws closely, crease violations closely, but they're letting them go here as we're at the midway point of this first period. Gaev turned a blind pass in front, nearly worked out, but it's picked off, and Kiselevich starts to play up ice. Drawnoff chips and chases after it.
Oh, good touch through his feet. Nicely done, Lindholm.
Slick move defensively, moving it up as Sweden enters the zone. Hornquist in the corner, trying to dig it free. Hornquist, Arvidsson takes a whack. Lindholm swats at it, and Buchnevich, with his teammates changing behind, Buchnevich loses an edge and falls with Russia on a change. Bit of a slap pass, I think intended for Hornquist, and just out of his reach, so icing the call. You know, Mike, it's our last night in Copenhagen. We just want to say thanks to all the hardworking men and women from NEP Sweden. They're the ones with all the great pictures and sounds here at Royal Arena. And from hockey fans back home in North America, us as well, we say talk or thank you to director Anders Norberg and his very talented crew. We say thank you, well done, and we appreciate all that you've done for us to make us feel so welcome here in Copenhagen. Face off to the left of Anders Nielsen. Big goalies, Mike. Nielsen 6'6", Kosechkin 6'7".
New age hockey, new age goalies. Gotta be big. I don't think anybody in the NHL under 6 feet tall. UC Saros, and that's about it from Nashville.
Lindholm in a puck battle. Him and Hornquist trying to free it. They can't. Russia and Dadanoff tried to break loose and get a pass in front. He can't. Havazulin, who sat out a couple games back and playing for the Russians on defense in this hockey game. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, the quick strike up. Shot turned aside as Hornquist let it go. Chip below the goal line. Drag move. Nyquist in front, bouncing puck, and Backlund's got it. Michael Backlund. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. The other Larsson down low. Shot didn't get through. It's Hornquist. Man, he's had a couple good looks in this first period. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Gazdic fires and just missed the far post. You mentioned the danger of Sweden, not only defensively, but their defensemen. Man, they're offensive threats. They continue to cycle. Hornquist. Crowd gets into it. Adam Larsson fires, tipped and just wide as Oliver Ekman-Larsson was going to the front of the net. Another shot. Nyquist stopped. Sweden buzzing. And Russia desperate for a change. Swung across. Larsson fires. Blocked. And Grigorenko desperately slings it off the glass and into neutral ice for a change for Russia. And Oliver Ekman-Larsson is thinking the same thing as he goes off the ice. And Zibanejad lays the body in the corner. John Klingberg hops on the ice, up to Janmark. Bumped off the puck in the slot area just in time by Kiselevich. Gavrikov to Kiselevich. Swung up to Datsyuk. Top line out for Russia. Cross country. And that's just offside as Kaprizov, the young speedster, was breaking in.
Well, it's on the heels of a really good shift for Sweden as they generate lots of possession. Shots, traffic. You mentioned Ekman-Larsson going full rover. Chop shot that is headed out of the crease. Kosechkin doesn't have to get off his knees. He's 6'7". Steps in this one. Get out of here. The free hockey game soccer warm-up that they use is coming to full advantage for Kosechkin.
Promotional plug, the World Cup is coming to CTV in June in Russia
Nicely
as
done.
well. So there you go. Zaitsev on it. Plays it behind his own net. Chip to the far boards. Barabanov chasing after it. Can't get there in time. Kablukov swings a stick at it. It's fired in. Nikita Zaitsev. puts on the brakes. You've seen his boss, Mike Babcock, in the building a few times watching. Barabanov working hard behind the net. Barabanov, wraparound try right through the crease. And Shalunov wasn't there in time. Kablukev gets hauled down at the far wall. You'll hear the whistling from the fans. A lot more Swedish fans, though, than Russians went in the house for this game. You said it's been a few years, Mike, since you've been back to a world championship. Is this what you remember, the atmosphere, the playmaking?
This is the good stuff right here. As I mentioned, the creative and unusual way Barabanov skates, and he gives Wikstrand the slip. Looks for the wraparound. There's a little bit of space there as Wikstrand got his stick tangled up in Nilsson's skates. And it's a tough spot for Wikstrand. He's playing with 5 all-star defensemen. And him from Färjestad, my former club in Sweden.
Just over 5 minutes to go in this first period. You enjoy your time in Europe playing?
I did. 0-4 lockout. Spent a couple months there. We lost in the finals to Frölunda, Henrik Lundqvist's team. It was fun. It was really good. Very good hockey.
So what do they have there? Do you have the top scorer's jersey or helmet or anything like that?
No, we didn't have any strange gold helmets in that one. That was a pretty straight up league.
But you got a Mike Johnson chat. We'll get to that later as Andronov is driving in. Andronov waits for help. Drives below the goal line. He meets Adam Larsson, who's had a physical tournament. He's laid some big hits and he's played rough. Tight step, fires, nice stop, Nilsson. Everberg chasing after it. Chipped, but not out. Held at the line. And then turnover. Look out, Backlund, the captain in. Fires and he whistles it high and wide.
And he's out of gas. He mishandled the first touch and he couldn't get away. He would have been in clean.
Kaprizov chips and chases for Russia. Lindholm's on him. Here's Lindholm with speed through neutral ice. Lindholm still got it and he fires it in. Larsson chips it for De La Rose. Jacob De La Rose chasing and bangs his man, Glazov, into the glass. And that comes all the way down for an icing. So was there not a Mike Johnson chant when you scored a goal?
My first goal they did, they chanted my name until I stood up and saluted them. I didn't know what was going on because I'd never had that happen before. As we check out Michael Backlund, the first misstep there is what cost him the full breakaway because it had the double clutch on his stride, allowed the Russian chasers to close in time and force a shot from outside as opposed to a full breakaway.
Adrian Kempe
bulldozed Datsuk off the draw.
Some skier wrestling. Calgary Stampede get ready this July. Play behind the goal line as Philip Forsberg. Arvidsson fires. Forsberg in front, but it's held by Kosechkin. As the Nashville Predator connection buzzing at Royal Arena. Welcome back to our final night of Group Play World Hockey Championship. Winner takes Group A of this game, Russia, Sweden. Sweden finding the podium 7 in the last 9 years. Russia the podium in 4 consecutive years, and no surprise, they've been 2 dominant teams in this group. Face-off to the right of Vasily Kosechkin. Back to Ekholm. Ekholm fires on net. Drag move, shot, swallowed up in a crease violation, so right away they're going to blow that down. The face-off comes out of the zone, and that's one of the things IIHF, Mike, you got to be cautious of.
And if you skate through the crease, they can blow it down. Doesn't have to be a penalty. It's just goaltender encroachment almost, as CM are trying to slide out and get to the front of the net, but absolutely bumps Kosechkin.
Raquel, Zibanejad, Janmark out for Sweden. As Rickard Raquel sort of kicks at it. Up to Ekholm. Ekholm chips it in. Zibanejad, New York Ranger on the move. Zibanejad digs out the puck. Back to Ekholm. Ekholm sends it cross ice. Long shot, that's deflected high over the net and out of play for another face-off with under 4 minutes to go in this first period.
The way the Swedish defenders work the blue line is very impressive. Ekholm and Wickstrand do it, that last one. Back and forth they go, willing to put their feet outside the blue line, the puck right on the blue line, and what an addition Ekholm has been from Nashville. Philip Forsberg came over together a couple days after Victor Arvidsson, so Arvidsson's gotten to 1 game.
Forsberg leading Nashville in scoring this year, 64 points. Also led the team in playoff scoring as well. He had 16 points in 13 games.
And some serious highlight reel variety. He has got all kinds of hands and creativity with the puck in tight spaces.
Driving towards the net, the fans want a penalty.
They're gonna get what they want.
Hooking.
Hook to Russia coming up on Philip Forsberg. Challenging one-on-one. Forcing Russian defender into the penalty.
It's weird seeing him wear 79. Obviously, Kempe has 9.
Russian minor penalty, number 87. 2 minutes for hooking.
That's right. Kempe, because he's been here longer, will keep it. Shalunov gets the hook right here. It's not the initial contact, it's the tug into the jersey on Forsberg. Shalunov didn't get his stick back down to the ice quick enough. And so Russia, who scored one on the power play, now have to go to the kill. Sweden gets their chance.
Sweden's second-ranked power play coming into today, 8 for 23. All the way around to Forsberg, creeps it in. Forsberg. Back up top, John Klingberg. Forsberg, Michael Backlund. Klingberg, back to Forrest. Bar circle, fires and just tipped it off the bar.
Koshechkin gives a little tap, say thank you very much, right post.
Forsberg drops it off. Backlund has it. Back up to the point. John Klingberg. Hornquist parked in front. Shot, kick save, rebound, and cleared out of harm's way just in time as a couple whacks Patrick Hornquist took in the back. A few pretty good slashes. He kept battling in front of Koshechkin, who's a big body. Minute 10 remaining as Zibanejad behind the goal line. Raquel feels the bump. Janmark out there as well. Back up top. Zibanejad waits, fires, didn't get through. Hit Gavrikov with a skate. Turnover, Sweden keeps it in. Centering pass, bouncing puck in front. Kempe was looking backdoor as Kempe swings it around for Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who just keeps it in at the far wall. 43 seconds remaining. Bouncing puck, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson will try one more time. Up to Zibanejad. Zibanejad loses it. Tried to get it to Nyquist, gets it back, and Nyquist takes the pass. Fires, quick shot, rebound, Nyquist swinging. Another chance, Raquel in there. And sprawling out, all 6'7", 240 pounds. Koshechkin showing why he was the all-star goalie in Pyeongchang, holding down the fort.
Nyquist is looking for a different option besides shooting. He's trying to find someone to pass it to, can't find anyone, so he finally puts it on net, and now it's just everyone hacking and whacking, and Kempe gets a pretty clean piece of it. Koshechkin makes a save. There's Forsberg. Quick half slapper, head up the whole way. Clean off the post and out the back door. Nice luxury to have him and Arvidsson out there with some instant chemistry from their time together with Nashville.
Shots make 11-10 Sweden, under 2 minutes to go. 17 seconds left in the power play. Ekholm keeps it at the far wall. Plays pass with Arvidsson. Fires it right in Koshechkin's breast, and he'll stop it for another face-off of the Russian zone.
Nobody in front of Koshechkin, though. He's going to stop that one just about every single time as Ekholm leans on it. But Michael Backlund had been cleared out of the front of the net. And everyone thinks about Ekholm as a real defensive defenseman. He did have 10 goals this year, and not many of those on the power play. He can play a little offense as well.
Final seconds ticking down on this Power play as Shalunas ready to come out of the box. Lindholm back to pick it up for Sweden. It's been an entertaining opening period. Final night of group play. Day 12, IIHF World Hockey Championship. Arvidsson gives and goes as Arvidsson drives towards the net.
Interference. Arvidsson slashed the stick out of Kablukov's hand. And this is a call we've seen pretty consistently throughout the tournament. No matter how hard you hit it, if you hit the guy's stick and knock it out of his hand, you're getting a penalty. That's Oliver Rouen, Canadian referee, giving Victor Arvidsson a slash. And Arvidsson drives to center of the lane right here and wants to slash.
For slashing.
It's called all the time, so you can't complain about it. Could be interference. There's no need to get it slash from there. You'd like to believe that most guys will be able to hang on to their stick. It wasn't that hard, but it doesn't really matter. That is a penalty that has been called consistently throughout this tournament. Players have to make the adjustment.
And you come over after battling in the NHL playoffs,
Sure.
you come over here, maybe it takes a couple games to get acclimatized, so it's good to get into an exciting group game, a game that means something right away. Get your feet wet at the World Hockey Championship. So now Sweden on the kill in Russia. A dangerous power play. Yakolev up top, down to Datsuk. Dadonov parked in front. Datsuk, under a minute to go. Far circle. Dadonov wanting that pass.
Larson doesn't know who to cover, number 12, between Dadonov and Yakovlev. Trying to play in between.
Datsuk, head up. Anyone could thread it, it's him. Back to the point. Fake shot. That didn't get through as Yakolev hit a body in front. Time winding down in the period. Datsuk continues to set up shop from that circle. Datsuk gets the pass back. Yakolev again to the far circle. Now it's Kaprizov set up in front. Dadonov looking for a pass. Kaprizov has it. Gusev slung across. Datsuk in front. Oh, what a play, but Kaprizov couldn't finish. The magic of that guy and that passing. Datsuk fire assist, touch the bar, stays out. And we've seen it, Mike, all tournament. Those two guys, the chemistry, Kaprizov, Datsuk, unbelievable.
Seam pass, looking backdoor one-timer to Kaprizov. You just can't quite corral it. It's there, just skips off his stick. Missed opportunity for Russia.
One goal in the first period belonging to Russia as Kaprizov has the Russians on top. Intermission to come. Laura and Dave.
Итоги первого периода подводим с автором единственной пока шайбы в матче Россия-Швеция Кириллом Капризовым. Кирилл, ну, в общем, шведы вышли как на битву. Ожидали от них такого хоккея в начале?
Конечно, и хороший матч, сильный соперник, и играем.
Сегодня, по сути, впервые в карьере играете против НХЛовских защитников. Насколько сильно это ощущается?
Хорошая команда, и это было понятно, они не зря на первом месте идут в группе у нас.
Вчерашний ушиб нисколько не ощущается, неприятных ощущений нет? Вчерашний ушиб насколько сильно мешает играть? Спасибо, удачи, ждем начала второго периода.
Welcome back inside Royal Arena, just after 9 p.m. local time here in Copenhagen, Denmark. And perfect thus far, Vasily Kosechkin versus Anders Nilsson in net, and just one goal beating him, a power play goal from Kaprizov. Now 6 in the tournament, and still in the box is Arvidsson. So for 40 seconds, it'll be power play time for Russia and company. And that was interesting. We saw Kosechkin, a lot of the players walk onto the ice.
Yep.
He was sort of pushed in on a, what would you call that, a shopping cart for men?
He was on a dolly of some kind. I guess you got to save his energy for the game. He wants to be carried in like a king.
And he's 6'7", so like
he's
his
ducking
head.
under the door wells.
Hopefully we have a chance to roll that back in. Maybe not, but regardless, play underway here in the second period.
You got to ratchet it right back up for Sweden because you got yourself in trouble in the first period, taking penalties and being scored on while you were shorthanded to start the game. Starting the second period the same way with Victor Arvidsson in the box.
Anisimov taking the draw for Russia. 22 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Bouncing puck on the near wall. Anisimov collects it and swings it across. Buchnevich has it in neutral ice, and here he comes. Buchnevich over the blue line. 7 seconds remaining. Swung over to Anisimov. Takes a bump from behind. Long shot. As Nesterov let it go. Zaitsev able to chip it back in. Arvidsson, look out. He's back on the ice. Stretch pass. In alone. Arvidsson, backhand. Stopped by the netminder, Kosechkin. And if he keeps that up, he can have all the sharp regards he wants.
His legs look fresh on that save. Arvidsson steps out of the box. He recognizes the play, reads it right away. Little beaver tail. Slaps it on the ice, lets everyone know he wants it. And he gets it right on the tape. Really good look here. I think that's Jacob Delarose. Springs him. He can't pull it to his forehand as Nesterov had cut him off. So he had to go to the backhand, stay on the backhand. Just not able to find a hole on Kosechkin.
Arvidsson, Kempe, and Forsberg out there for Sweden. Gavrikov picks it up. The far boards up to Shlunov. Arvidsson fell, gets back up. Shlunov has it, and Shlunov sends it across ice to Barabanov. Barabanov loses it, but Blukov has it. Gavrikov steps in, fires. Kick stop there, Nielsen. Shlunov on net, in front shot. Oh, and a weak shot. He didn't get really good wood on it. Comes back up to the point, in front, Barabanov. Right by him. The chances for Russia, and Kablukov, Shlunov, and Barabanov. A nice surprise for Russia in this tournament. Sweden gains the zone. John Klingberg sends it across, and that's deflected last minute up high. As Gusov got his stick on it. Deflected out of harm's way. Klingberg towards the net in the crease, and Zibanejad was right there, but it slid through the blue paint. Kept in by Klingberg for the time being, but he had tough body position as Kaprizov advances up ice. Mika Zibanejad starts the play up for Sweden. Zibanejad gets the pass back. He's on the move. Raquel to the net. Ricard Raquel was tied up as he was driving towards the front of the Russian net. Out to play it, Anders Nielsen. Kept in though at the far wall. As Mikheyev in a puck battle right in front of the Russian bench, and it comes out of the zone. And they'll have to reset. Oliver Ekman-Larsson picks that up as Shoshnikov hasn't seen a lot of ice time. The Leaf traded to the Blues. On the ice, I think he had under a minute, Mike, in that first period. Quick shot, rebound. And for a second, I thought that Kosechkin had it, but it was freed up. Wickstrand works it down low. Wickstrand's got it at the point. Gustav Nyquist, backdoor pass to the backhand. Oh, what a stop! Ekholm was driving the nets, and he was tripped up. And again, Kosechkin made the stop.
Good activity from the defenseman, and it's Andronov who gets caught puck watching. Ekholm all alone in the back door. Maybe could have poked it in right away on a one-timer, but tries to take it to the far post. That's a hard pass to handle. And the poke check of Kosechkin. This is where the length gets you. You think you can pull it to open ice. You think you have enough space to get it past the stick, but his limbs are longer. They're longer than what you're used to, although playing against Pekka Rinne every day in practice, you think you know what a 6'7" goalie feels like, but caught Ekholm with a poke check.
Sweden controls off the faceoff, back up to the point. Long shot, looks like a cross check.
It's gonna be Victor Arvidsson again in front of the net. Battling for a loose puck. This time
Sweden
it's
minor penalty number 33, 2 minutes for cross check.
Timothy Meyer from the U.S. And this is the way Victor Arvidsson plays, though. When you mentioned getting over here after playing the playoffs, and I talked about this last game. Defensive players do this all the time. They cross-check offensive guys all the time and never get a penalty. If that's a penalty on Arvidsson, that's got to be a penalty on every single defenseman who does the same thing to a guy standing in front of the net. Keep it consistent. No one's got anything to say.
As head coach Rikard Gronberg looks on, his second year as head coach, won the gold medal last year behind the bench. Russia on the power play as Gusev has it. Kaprizov swung back up to the point. Real Kaprizov plays pass. Kaprizov switching up with Pavel Datsyuk. Back up top. Yakolev. Gusev shot high and misses the mark. Kaprizov chipping at it. Yakolev has to hustle back with Gusev. Easy to spot Gusev out there, the only right-handed shot for forwards on Russia, and he's on it right now. Gusev, minute 16 to go in the power play, behind the goal line. Gusev waiting, in front, backdoor pass, and it was too much backdoor. It was actually behind the goal line. But they can move that puck around as Datsyuk was trapped behind the goal line, had no real opportunity to get a shot off.
The difficulty in defending plays from below the goal line. You're staring at the puck, you lose track of your men. And even the gifted defenders on Sweden have trouble locating the man in the slot.
Everberg picks that off, kills off a few more seconds with Arvidsson in the box. Nice job by Everberg on the penalty kill. He's going to change up. You got to have a role on every team, and guys like Everberg who started the tournament, they come over, and obviously you got to do what you can to drive towards a gold medal.
If that means you play first line the first couple of games and get slid all the way down to penalty killing specialist by the end, then you take it, because Rikard Gronberg is going to put his best lineup on the ice, and when you have the chance to put a Forsberg, an Arvidsson, a Hornquist into the lineup, you're going to do that. Ilya Vorobyov, he's put in a Gusev in the middle of the tournament. It's bumped down Dadonov. These changes happen, but to win a gold, you have to sacrifice.
Vorobyov just got the head coaching job April 12th of this year. He was born in Riga, Latvia. Oleg Snarek was a longtime head coach. A bit of a surprise, but Vladislav Tretiak and company making the decision, and Vorobiev and company have been looking very good so far at this championship. Nesterov behind his own net, just 19 seconds remaining. Anisimov stepped over the blue line as Grigorenko had him in his sights, and it's broken up. The Tre Kronor fans, the Three Crowns. Pro Swedish fans in the house. Wishnevich steps in, fires, and right on Anders Nilsson, and that should do it for the power play as Arvidsson steps out, and the conversation's continuing.
And the teammates there is Zibanejad and Wishnevich. A little gentler touch and taking Wishnevich away from Lindholm, as they will be back at training camp in a few short months together. Wishnevich skates away with a bit of a smile for Zibanejad.
An interesting time for the Rangers now, Mike.
Yeah, well, yeah, lots of opportunity. Elias Andersson, who's actually dressed for Sweden, has not played a second in this game. Last year's first-round pick, 7th overall. He'll be on that team next year, very likely, as the Rangers are reloading, not quite rebuilding.
Rickard Rakell has some ice, and he's on the move. Rakell lost the puck as Zibanejad skates behind the net. Nice job by Zibanejad. He's a big body out there. Throws it towards the front of the net. Didn't get through. Broken up in the far circle. There's Rakell. Janmark. Forward line out there. Back pass in front. Shot. Wickstrand let it go. And that's kicked aside. Giselevich with the bear hug basically in the corner, and Russia able to chip and chase into the Swedish zone. They don't chase fast enough, it's icing.
Decision by Soshnikov there, 3 feet away from the red line to flip it in for the icing when you've been a little bit tired. And you see some Russian defenders, sticks on their knees, trying to catch their breath. Fresh line for Sweden out there, ready to go. As Russia tries to delay, look at them all hunched over. Chance for Kempe to win the puck and play against some tired defenders.
Face off to the right, Kosechkin. Kempe swings it down low. Arvidsson. Philip Forsberg. In a good puck battle behind the goal line. They get tangled up. Forsberg falls, gets back up as him and Gavrikov got tangled up. A little touch, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson got wood on it, so no icing. Play continues. Forsberg driving hard into the corner. Took a bit of a header. Gavrikov and Forsberg having a bit of a battle here in this shift. Battle continues. And finally, that battle's going to result, it looks like, in a penalty.
It's going to be a hook to Kempe, I think, in that battle.
Russia leading 1-0 at Royal Arena.
Sweden minor penalty, number 9, 2 minutes for hooking.
Welcome back to Copenhagen. Sweden riding a 13-game winning streak at the World Hockey Championship. Their last loss, 4-3 to the United States in group play back in 2017. Down 1-0 though to Russia. And Russia, as we mentioned, 9 straight wins over Sweden at this championship and back on the power play. Adrian Kempe in the box for hooking. Play continues behind the goal line as Gusev tried to swing it over to Kaprizov, who sets up in the slot. Datsuk. Gusev out front, shot, Nestrov let it go and just kept it at the blue line. Good hustle from Zaitsev to keep it in. Kaprizov swings it across. Datsuk in front. Kaprizov, he's upended in front of the nets. And Sweden able to clear the zone and fire it down the ice. That was right on Kosechkin, who was fooled a little bit, bouncing puck, but he steered it into the corner. Here's Zaitsev over the blue line for Russia. Head up. Gusev has it and waits for his teammates to get set up. Just over a minute to go in the power play. Gusev past the stick of Datsuk. Nestrov lays pass with it, sends it across the other blue line. Pavel Datsuk, far circle. Zaitsev. Datsuk. Zaitsev loads up, fires, kick stop. Anders Nielsen. Nestrov driving into the corner. 42 seconds remaining. Russia changing on the fly behind the play, but Lindholm has it, and he fires it down the ice as Sweden needs a change as well. This big ice, the benches, it can be tough sometimes on those changes, Mike.
Well, the one end goes well into the defensive zone, so you got to watch yourself get a jump or not too many men, or offside for that matter.
From the near circle, and Anisimov fired it wide and didn't even find the net, so it comes all the way out of the zone with just 11 seconds remaining. And Kempe ready to jump out of the box. Dadonov lost the puck. Sent up ice and back to 5-on-5 out of the box. Kempe tries that backhand near circle. He gets knocked down.
That was more of a toe pick. I think he just fell.
Look at the moves. Dadonov crews it up ice. Dadonov drag move, drives the nets. He gets pushed off the puck. Boy, when he winds up the legs, Dadonov is fun. He can fly on the ice. As Gavrikov able to keep it in, far wall. Kiselevich off his skate and into neutral ice. Gavrikov, though, alertly hustles and tries to move it up north. That's picked off. Forsberg waits, fans on it. And a slash.
Russia picking up a slash on the Magchuk. This game is being called very tight with the stick fouls.
Russia minor
Do you
penalty.
like that, Mike,
Number
in a game
87,
like this?
2 minutes for
It's so
hockey.
intense. Part of this great game is the battles. Listen, if there's infractions, call them. But the little tap on the sticks and the hooks when they aren't really, that's a slash into the hand of Forsberg, causing him to miss the shot. I'm not all about putting the whistle away. If there are penalties, if there are rules being violated, call them all the time. Because this one's been very tight.
So Maxim Shalunov, born in Chelyabinsk, in the box. Now Sweden, good opportunity. And they are dynamic on the power play. Zibanejad fires, scores! Mika Zibanejad, power play goal, we're tied up at 1.
Mika Zibanejad, who is a shooter, wheels, fires. Ricard Raquel slides his legs out of the way, but Koshechkin, already on his knees, cannot see past Raquel. And it drifts underneath his arm, the 7-hole, and Sweden rewarded. Sweden's had more good chances in this game than Russia to this point. Koshechkin has been terrific, but he let that one slide through, one that he wants to save. And probably should.
Mika Zibanejad, Mike, loves playing against Russia, as he had the gold-clinching goal at the World Juniors over Russia in 2012, and he scores here in his first Men's World Hockey Championship appearance to make it a 1-1 hockey game. Good battle at the far wall, right in front of the Swedish bench. Zibanejad. Back to work, Larson pinches in. Crowd is into it. Janmark swinging at it, can't get it. Shoshnikov up, they'll chip and chase. Has Barabanov with him. Into Blukov. Shoshnikov trying to get it free. And Yakolev. Barabanov behind the net, he is pinned. Zibanejad pins him up, back up to the point, shot, and that misses. Was fired by Barrett Lazov. Card Raquel, who led Anaheim in scoring this season, works it up ice. Sent up quick. Kaprizov in front, backdoor, and that's fired wide.
It's up into the mesh there from Gusev.
The youngsters nearly convert. It's a 1-1 hockey game at Royal Arena. The Swedish fans have come alive, Mike. We mentioned a few times, Malmo, Sweden, about a 20-minute drive away. You can take the train, home of the Red Hawks. Gothenburg, a city of about 1 million. 3-hour drive from here, home of Frölunda. And the Champions Hockey League, Vakwa, by the way, another city pretty close driving distance, will have their draw tomorrow. And the Vakwa Lakers lost out to Jyväskylä in the final last year. So a lot of hockey fans in these parts as that pass is centered and able to get a shot off as Hampus Lindholm. John Klingberg has it for Sweden in a 1-1 tie here in the second period. As Klingberg fires it in. Play behind the goal line. Up to Gusev. He fired it high and into the netting before our last break. And here's Datsuk breaking in. Datsuk backhand, and that's stopped by Nielsen. Datsuk, nice job to steal it back. Gusev waits. Tries to drag to the backhand. Gusev. He is elusive with that puck. He continues to work. Gets it down low. Anisimov. Back up to the point. Yakolev sends that across. Long shot, no problem there as Anders Nielsen will glove that down.
Mika Zibanejad has been the #1 center on Sweden from the get-go. Part of being a #1 center is being good on face-offs, and over 60% for Zibanejad, and it leads directly to this goal. Control the puck, get your space, get your set, and then make a good shot. He does all the above to tie the game.
Dealt from the Sens to the Rangers for Derek Brassard, and Brassard then traded for the goalie of the future for the Ottawa Senators.
Philip Gustafsson, who's the third goalie on Team Sweden, has not seen any action yet, but they've been working together the last couple of weeks.
Artem Anisimov picks up the puck in his own zone. He'll chip and chase after it in the corner. It's Wickstrand. Dadonov fighting for it, far wall. Back up to the point. Nesterov waits, fires, and kicked aside. Weird bounce right in the crease, and Nielsen, I think he knew that was coming because he was alert the whole way. Long shot, Zaitsev, and Nielsen just got his pad on it. Big bump from behind as Dadonov was cross-checked hard from behind.
How is that any different than the cross-check Arvidsson gave Nesterov? If Arvidsson's a penalty, so is Ekholm's. If Ekholm's not a penalty, then neither is Arvidsson. You can't be both ways. You can't be.
Play continues. And Sergei Andronov into the corner on Adam Larsson. There's Arvidsson. Makes the shot. Wheels in. Arvidsson round the net he goes. Still has it. Far wall. Tries to advance the play and send up to Mikheyev and his skates. Abizulin chips it into neutral ice. Kempe has it. And again, Russia picks that off and fires it in courtesy Buchnevich as Mikaya goes to work in the corner. Arvidsson strips him with the puck. Up to Philip Forsberg. People, oh, and a big hit there. They still talk about that deal for Marty Erad, who's still playing over in Europe, and the rest is history. As Forsberg, what a career he's having in Nashville. And the Capitals, well, their fans are pretty happy anyways, as they're making a Stanley Cup run right now. Bouncing puck in the neutral zone, and Shoshnikov going after it. Finds Barabanov. Barabanov in a puck battle, chopping at Klingberg. Up to Zibanejad, one-on-one. And racing in was Jan Mark, so Kasechkin will cover up. We're all tied up at 1 at World Arena. It is day 12, IIHF World Hockey Championship. A couple of the quarters are set. Finland will take on Switzerland and Herring. USA will also take on the Czechs as well. And the other one's dependent on the 2 remaining games tonight. This one here and the one in Herring. In a 1-1 tie, Sweden works the puck around as Wickstrand fires it back in. Over the stick of Hornquist, but picked up by Backlund. Echo ships it for Hornquist. Hornquist in a puck battle behind the net. Gustav Nyquist tried that centering pass, blocked there, but Grigorenko able to pick it off and move it up ice. Grigorenko fires it in and chases into the corner. Has Anisimov with him. It's fired around the boards for Zaitsev. Zaitsev, tough angle shot, missed the net, and he's all the way around the boards. Nesterov goes far corner. Eckham able to chip it up ice. As Nyquist in the vicinity. Is it what you expected, Mike Johnson?
Absolutely, it's been great. This is a fantastic game. 2 of the best countries in the world. Crowds buzzing and no shortage of action and excellent goaltending. I think that's what's lost in the shuffle of these 2 high-powered teams. You can go through the stars on both sides, offense, defense, you name it. But Kasechkin, who's not well known because he spent his entire career in the KHL, and Anders Nilsson, who's kind of an unheralded goalie from Vancouver. They've been very good in a big game. Lots of pressure, lots riding on these 1-game deciders for first place.
Rickard Rakell driving in behind the net. He takes a bump. Zaitsev swinging at him. Rakell able to dish that off. Janmark leaves it. As Adam Larsson swings at it. And not out of the zone, just kept into the blue line. Wraparound try, in front, scores! The top line continues to buzz. Rickard Rakell, 2-1 Sweden.
Rickard Rakell, the goal-scoring machine, 6 now on the tournament. But the strength and size of Zibanejad. Look at the reach, protecting the puck on Nesterov strong, and then he gets it quickly with that long toe curve, able to hook the puck from behind the net, despite not having great body position, to to get it to Raquel. He slides the one knee to make sure to get his stick where he needs it to put it past Koshechkin. The one tough part about being 6'7", 250 pounds, to go post to post super quick, a little bit harder. Your legs are longer, but your mass is that much heavier, and Koshechkin committed to the wraparound short side and was nowhere near Raquel on the back door.
Raquel Riccardi turned 25 back on May 5th, and he's looking to continue the celebration this month. A nice goal there as it puts Sweden up 2-1 as that's whistled down offside.
Ricard Raquel has got such a great stick. Nice job by Yanmar keeping things alive. Keeping your feet moving while protecting is not as easy as Zibanejad just made that look. You're worried about handling the puck, you're worried about the slash and the push, but you're still crossing over, pressing your territorial advantage on Nesterov, and then a really nice look to Raquel. Goal scorers get themselves in the spot they need to go to shoot the puck. Raquel did that beautifully.
Shashnikov chips into the corner. Matthias Ekholm head up behind his own net, flips it around the boards. Jacob Delarose battling with Gavrikov. Ekholm continues to battle weird bounce, but no problem. Nilsson swings it back to his teammate and his defenseman Ekholm. Sweden now on the attack, driving into the corner as Everberg loses his footing behind the net. Delarose also behind the play, but a nice job by Larson to keep it in.
You see who Gronberg puts out there after a goal. Everberg, Delarose, Larson. Guys he trusts, defensive-minded guys. They may not get you another one, but they're not giving one up.
And that is all you can ask for as a coach.
Well, no, I'd ask for goals as well. I mean,
the chip and chase is on as that's sent in. Adam Larson behind his own net. Up to Delarose. Yakolev chipped at it. Sweden controls. And picked off by the captain Datsuk. Up ahead, Gusev in the slot. Couldn't pull the trigger on the forehand. He was looking for a good look. Kirill Kaprizov in front, had Gusev driving to the net. That was picked off, and here comes Arvidsson. Back pass, stays onside, driving, one-handed off the bar. Wow, Philip Forsberg. Did you see that play? One-handed
hook. My goodness. He does some neat stuff with the puck, doesn't he?
Wow.
Philip Forsberg having some fun. Takes this one wide, puts out his left arm to protect the puck. So he tucks the butt of his stick into his armpit and then slings it with the one hand on Koshechkin, almost catches him. He uses his back as leverage to be the pivot point of his stick. And Koshechkin's got no idea where it went. How are you gonna read that one?
You ever practice that, Mike? Would
you know what?
Ever try that in practice?
Victor Arvidsson, I think, scored a goal pretty similar to that in the playoffs, cutting in on a breakaway. So these two see each other in practice. You get some ideas. And no, I've never practiced that.
That is fun to watch. Dadonov over the blue line for Russia. Under 2 minutes to go here in the second period. Sweden responding to take the lead as John Klingberg chips at it. And a face-off to come out of the zone.
You're starting to see the skill that Sweden can throw at you when they're rolling their lines over, and seemingly every line that Rikard Gronberg turns to has a game breaker except his fourth. If your third line's got Forsberg and your second line has Nyquist, we know what the first line has done. It's just there is no relief for Russia. Every single shift, you got to be on point or you'll be in trouble.
Latvia up 1-0 on Denmark over in Herning.
So winner of that gets fourth and plays the winner of this.
And the loser of this gets Canada, which will be a tough quarterfinal matchup for both sides. 100 minutes to go now in the second period. Mika Zibanejad did a great job in setting up the go-ahead goal to Rikard Raquel. Lindholm leads for John Klingberg. Klingberg, one of many great offensive weapons on the back end. And again, just offside, and worth noting, a couple Canadian connections. One of the linesmen as well is Nathan Ladustin. He's Canadian, and you mentioned the referee as well, wearing number 6 is Oliver Aguain.
And Timothy Meyer from the States as well. So 3 North American officials involved in this game. And I bet they get jacked up for this game too. This is a big moment. It's a big stage, an important game. And you gotta be on point if you're an official as well.
One thing I learned too at this championship from you and others is that the international language for the refs, linesmen, officials on the ice is English.
Yes.
Obviously all these nations, but English is the language that's used. You never know, you get a Russian talking to a Swede. You don't know how that's going to go, but it's always English on the ice no matter who is involved. Final seconds ticking down in the second period. Nikita Zaitsev driving his man hard. Zaitsev back on the puck. Final few seconds, maybe time for one last rush. Zaitsev fires, and maybe a little more stress than Nielsen needed there as he had it. I thought it was a pretty easy shot, but it looked to have fooled him a little bit.
Awkward looking save, you're right, Brian, and Anders Nielsen takes the wrister from Zaitsev. Zaitsev's got the happy feet. You know, when he moves up the ice, he's quick on the crossovers. He can skate himself out of trouble when he's got a little time and space. And now with 1.5 on the clock, Koshechkin leaving the net to come all the way down to go 6-on-5. We've seen instances in the NHL this year where goals have been scored with less time than this on the clock. So we'll see what happens here. Datsuk on it. You're not physically capable of shooting it all the way down in a second and a half if the clock starts on time. It's a pretty safe bet by Russia.
Quick shot, Gusev, and he couldn't get it off. I was gonna say maybe Kosechkin's Uber shopping cart had arrived early, so he just wanted to get an early start. Mika Zibanejad setting up his teammate, Ricard Raquel, for a nice goal as Sweden leads. Laura and Dave with your intermission.
Итоги второго периода матча Россия-Швеция подводим вместе с Егором Яковлевым. Егор, ну, наверное, сложно было допустить, что совсем не пропустим от шведов, но нет ли ощущения, что почти подарили сопернику эти 2 шайбы?
Ну да, там удаления в меньшинстве пропустили, так, не очень обязательные голы. Говорили об этом перед игрой, то, что нужно шайбу из зоны выводить. Вот, у команды Швеции хорошие исполнители есть, и они воспользовались этим.
Что легче, успеть отыграться за 3-й период против Швеции или обыграть в четвертьфинале Канаду?
И то по силам. Сейчас мы играем здесь, эту игру нужно вытаскивать и играть, а там будет видно.
Верим в сборную России, спасибо огромное. Возвращаемся на лед и смотрим 3-й период матча Россия-Швеция.
Penalty for Team Russia, player number 87, Maxim Jarov. 2 minutes cooking, and the time 29:18.
Говорят, прокол.
Penalty for Team Russia, number 87, match in general. 2 minutes cooking. Time 29:18. Penalty for Team Russia, number 87, match in general. 2 minutes cooking. Time 29:18.
Welcome back inside Royal Arena. It is Sweden, a 2-1 advantage over Vasily Klasechkin and the Russians. Shots 22-18 in favor of Sweden. And just one beating, Anders Nilsson so far. Spending 6 years in the NHL, yet to play in the NHL postseason, but for Anders Nilsson, this could maybe be a chance to do something special. He was on the team last year, didn't play, but a chance to maybe get some confidence going to next year in the NHL.
Moments like this can be a springboard to greater things in the NHL. Deal with the pressure, believe in yourself, maybe have your club believe in you a little bit more if you can perform well on this stage.
Your goal scorers in the game, Kaprizov, Zibanejad, and Raquel, as Sweden up 2-1. With play underway here in the third period. Kiselevich back for Russia as Raquel plays the body on him. Gavrikov chips it along the near wall. Mikhaev is brought down by Zibanejad from behind. Dadonov driving in front. That's stopped, and Zibanejad clears it out of the dangerous area for Sweden. Nikita Zaitsev, the Maple Leaf, and I've been told Mike Babcock in the building tonight watching the championship in a great game, entertaining game.
Babcock's on the tour. Saw Austin Matthews in Arizona. Saw Freddie Anderson over in Denmark.
Quick shot, and Grigorenko was looking to tie things up, but Nilsson made the stop. Sounds like a fun tour to me.
Work. It's all work. And that's what Russia's going to have to do in this third period to break down Sweden. They're going to have to put in some work. Grigorenko and Anisimov, Dadonov have been very good up to this point in the tournament. Haven't noticed Grigorenko or Anisimov quite as much in this game.
Backlund winning the draw as he takes it away from Datsuk. And Backlund on the move. Gives, drives the net, shot, and no rebound as Vasily Kosechkin swallows that up. But even Datsuk getting in on the conversations with Patrick Hornquist.
You got to respect Datsuk. You can't push him back. You're like, yes, sir, I'll slide away from the goaltender. I know. You're not going to cross-check me. I'm not going to cross-check you.
Yeah.
He's got that kind of respect from everyone.
And well earned, a new member of the Triple Gold Club. Olympic gold medal, World Championship gold, and a Stanley Cup. Won 2 of them in the NHL and so many accolades back home. And a sure Hall of Famer, both NHL and IIHF, I'm sure. Kiselevich for Russia. Moving it up ice, Lindholm. Swings at it, picked off by Philip Forsberg. And his line mate moving it up ice. Little backhand. Forsberg on the move, fires, and stopped by Kosechkin. Forsberg back on it. Bouncing puck to the far boards. Long spinning shot. Is knocked down, goes into the corner. And Adrian Kempe of the LA Kings. Soft little backhand in as his entire line goes for a change. Here is Pavel Datsuk moving up ice with Kaprizov. Gusev in, waits, fires, and they lost it for a second as Nilsson was looking around, but his teammates picked it up as Backlund found it and moves it up ice. Here's Backlund driving in around the net. Backlund working with Ekman Larsson as they lose that battle, and here comes Datsuk. Waits, fires, and that's off the stick of Adam Larsson and high. Gusev swings at it in the corner. They'll come all the way down the ice on Kosechkin. Kosechkin actually won a couple of Gagarin Cups back in the KHL. One with Magnitogorsk, and on a team coached by Mike Keenan, who won a KHL title and a Stanley Cup as a coach. The only man ever to do that. As Johan Larsson looking to get it out of the zone, and Jacob Delarose is upended mid-ice. Bouncing puck in the neutral zone, Wickstrand. Ekholm up for Everberg, who touches it and then will hustle off for a change. Who from Russia do you want to see step up, do a little bit more here in the third?
This line right here, Anisimov, Grigorenko. Playing with Dadonov, who's flying tonight. Now playing the offensive zone, where they'll be more dangerous.
Long pass up ahead is John Klingberg. Back to play it. Dadonov swings at it. And all the way down the ice is Alexei Bereglazov. Couldn't keep it in. Yakovlev starts the play up ice. A little speed, Dadonov on net, and Nilsson finds it and covers up for a face-off in the Swedish zone as we're nearly through 4 minutes here in the third period.
Dadonov skating well, as is Gusev. He tries to step around back on the patience and watch him sling this one back against the grain. Nilsson makes a reactionary save, but he's got no idea where the puck was, sitting right in front of him. But the job of the Swedish defenders of being aware after the shot, boxing out. No Russian player can get down to the front of the crease for that loose puck. Everyone engaged defensively for Sweden.
Face off to the right of Anders Nilsson. Kempe in his skates, kicking at it. Ekholm gets bumped off the puck. Barabanov in the corner. Blukov, and eventually chipped out of play for another stoppage.
Victor Arvidsson's just got a knack of being in the middle of everything, doesn't he? He's just tenacious on the puck. Pretty good skater, pretty good scorer. 29 goals last year, had over 30, or 29 goals this past year, over 30 the year prior. And he plays really well with high-end players. Johansson, Forsberg, complements them nicely.
The 2012 Swedish Junior Player of the Year. 4th round pick of Nashville back in 2014. And a guy that loves to shoot the puck. Same with Roman Josi, who came over here and is representing Switzerland. And they'll take on Finland in the quarters as the Swiss locking up the 4 spot. Long shot from the blue line, didn't get through. Rickard Rakell, Zibanejad working to get the puck back, and they will. Rakell on nets and streaking in, and then a cross check at the end of the play as Janmark, maybe a little bit of snow on Kasechkin.
But you know what, there's snow showers that are on purpose, and there's some because you're skating towards the net and you're gonna stop. And if you slide by the goaltender, he may move it out the far side. So Rickard Rakell dumps this one in. Kasechkin wants to freeze it. So Janmark's going towards the net. And where's he supposed to do here? He's pulling up short, just stopping gently. I don't have a problem with what Gavrikov's doing there, but here you see the battle again, Arvidsson and Kiselevic. Now, is that a cross check? Is that similar to what Arvidsson got called for earlier?
Yes.
Thank you. I don't want to harp on it, but it is not just this game, it's every game. The defensive players have more leeway with their sticks in the defensive zone than the offensive players do.
And you literally, if you were back at SportsCenter, you could build a pack and show a lot of them. You're not wrong.
But it's reality. It's in every game. It's probably more pronounced in the NHL.
Kiselevic weaving in for Russia as he sends it to the far wall. That shot missed by a few feet and all the way out of the zone, and Arvidsson has it. Through 5 minutes here of this third period. Exciting game and hauled down. Was Forsberg, play continues. That shot, stop, rebound, and Nilsson's going to cover up, and Dronov, Vucinovic, and Mikheyev trying to create something. I don't know, was that a penalty?
Nope. Good hard play in the neutral zone. Philip Forsberg doesn't like it, but just because you have the puck doesn't mean you can't be touched. You want to swing through the middle of the zone against Russia. I think you're going to high step it through there unscathed. You're not. He gets knocked over, and Russia turns around and goes the other way. That is how you create the easiest offense. Force turnovers in the neutral zone or at the blue line and counterattack quickly. And Russia certainly has the ability to counter. It's creating the turnover they've had more of a problem with in tonight's game.
Michael Backlund, Calgary's first-round pick in 2007, lining up to take the draw. Russia controls. Shot off the side of the net. As that young man will try score from just about anywhere. Kaprizov loves to fire the puck. Behind the net, behind the goal line, whatever. He's usually going to fire it. There's a turnover. As Backlund tried to get it on net, he gets another chance. Backlund in the corner. Loses it. Nyquist in, shot, and just whistled wide. Lindholm works it in deep, one more time. Gustav Nyquist chips it behind the net. Giving chase is Hornquist. Lindholm in deep. Gets it to Hornquist. Patrick Hornquist, backhand pass, clipped a bit of the nets, and then Klingberg gets roughed up in the far wall. Bouncing puck, Kaprizov swings at it. Nesterov trying to help him. Sweden controls, another turnover. And then kicked out of the zone and a possible 2-on-1. Gusev in, fires, and he whistled out about 5 feet wide. Pavel Datsyuk slings it back down to Gusev behind the goal line. Gusev's had enough, he's going off for a change. Glazov sends it cross ice, that's tipped at the blue line. Ekholm's back for Sweden. Ekholm works it along the near wall. Bouncing puck. And De La Rose has Everberg. That shot handled by Kosechkin. Backhanded in by Wickstrand. Ekholm. Down low for Johan Larsson, and Artem Anisimov will start up ice for Russia. Dadonov sort of swings at it. Loses a stick.
Slash here.
So Russia down by 1 on the power play when we come back.
Sweden minor penalty number 5, 2 minutes, slashing.
Welcome back inside Royal Arena, sold out crowd. I would say about 70% cheering for Sweden. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, and I love how uniform the Swedish fans are with wearing their yellow jerseys. It is a sight to see in the stands.
You got to travel with both, right? You don't, you want to wear what they're wearing.
I think they just go with the yellow because it's easier to see in the crowd. You don't want to go with the blue because it blends in. The yellow's nice and bright.
Well, it's easier on the broadcasters, I'll tell you that. These jerseys are the best. So power play time, and Russia down by 1 to the man advantage. They control the draw. So Russia will get set up. Datsyuk swings it to Gusev. Havazulin. Datsyuk to Havazulin, who's at the point. Gusev waits, fires, stopped by Nilsson. Johan Larsson, Adam Larsson. The Larssons trying to get it out, and they will. Gusev, stick handling through the neutral zone. Dadonov waits, wanted some help, slings it. And it comes back to Gusev in his own zone. Turns it over, and here's Päijärvi. Päijärvi, who led Sweden in scoring back in 2010 at the World Hockey Championship as a 19-year-old. A rare shift for him, penalty killing. Gusev tries to sling that across, and a possible 2-on-1. Here's the captain, Backlund, fires, kick stop. Michael Backlund, what a look, shorthanded. And again, Kosechkin, 6'7", sticking that leg out. As we approach the midway point of this third period, 37 seconds remaining in the power play. Nesterov behind his own net. As he starts the play up ice, Grigorenko chasing as he goes behind the goal line. Swung to the far corner. Anisimov, Buchnevich, all chasing after it, and will continue to chase because it's sent down the ice and is picked up by Nikita Zaitsev. 11 seconds remaining. Zaitsev in, tries to chip that off, picked off. Buchnevich cleans up, and he's got it. Buchnevich. Zaitsev. Penalty comes to an end. Backdoor shot. That's broken up. Nesterov was looking for an open net, but he was tied up with a stick, and we're back to 5-on-5. Long pass, bouncing puck up ahead. Zibanejad at the backhand as one of the officials blew a tire. He fell down in the far circle. Tough night for everybody involved. Drag move to the forehand, shot and stopped. What a lovely move, Barabanov. Flashes of brilliance in this tournament.
One-on-one, absolutely undresses Klingberg in alone.
There's one guy that was caught Maya, at least as Barabanov takes a hit. Raquel's got it. Tried to drag to the backhand, lost the puck. Barabanov has been terrific this tournament. As Lindholm slings it across. Ricard Raquel protecting the puck. Janmark with him. Janmark. Now Kempe's out there. Kempe has it, drops for Lindholm. Kind of a tough pass. It's chipped along the far wall. And finally comes out of the zone. Chipped in by Janmark. Kempe chasing in. Sweden changing behind the play. Crowd coming alive at Royal Arena. Ekholm back to pick it up, and he's on the move. Ekholm driving the puck behind the net. Willis Forsberg tried that spin shot, far circle. Intercepted, couldn't get it off. Just over 9 minutes to go in this third period. Time ticking down for Russia. Kayev near boards. And retreating into his own zone is Glazov. Zaitsev tried to swing it across. Nyquist up for Michael Backlund. Hornquist, Backlund, Nyquist out for Sweden as Kaprizov picks off the puck, head up, looks around, and sends it back for Zaitsev. As Nikita Zaitsev plays pass, and Kaprizov's on the move until he gets run over by Adam Larsson, who is not shy about playing the body. Hornquist with a step. Patrick Hornquist will chip and chase into the corner as he drives in. Hornquist continues to work. He loses the puck, and now it's Russia on the move. Down to 2 knees, tatted off, cruising, knocked off the puck. The crowd is buzzing every time he winds up ice. Another turnover. Zibanejad. Raquel. Tied up by Dodonov. All the way across. Klingberg in, fires side of the net. Kosech can make the stop. Lindholm has it. Mika Zibanejad turns, spins, and fires it down low for Raquel. Nice job as Anisimov stick handling out of the dangerous area and gets it to Kiselevich. He wins the foot race and fires it in. Nearly putting Dodonov offside, but he's off for a change. On the move was Arvidsson. Lukov picks that off, and turnover in front, and a nice job. Here chances the speed of this line. Arvidsson, Kempe, Forsberg. They're moving. Forsberg gets manhandled behind the net, steps out in front. It's chipped to Ekholm. Kempe swung at it. Hustling back into the corner is Michael Wickstrand. Wickstrand and Ekholm, the defensive pairing. Barabanov trying to dig it loose, side of the net. Barabanov behind the goal line. Blukov unable to keep it in. Wickstrand advancing it up ice, and it's fired in, and Arvidsson with the change. We haven't had a whistle in what, about 5 minutes here, Mike? Longer? Nesterov fires, tip in front, and helmet stick goes flying.
So Andronov got clipped up in his face by something.
He's back to play, but just offside, and Buchnevich, then he takes a stick Buchnevich. Alvin Ekman Larson gave him a little jab. Now Nyquist and Buchnevich having a conversation. Sweden leads 2-1. Time here inside Royal Arena. The wave is on. The noise continues all the time. And if you've never had a chance to experience a World Hockey Championship and you're a hockey fan back home in North America, I highly suggest you plan a vacation, check out the schedule, and give it a go. It's in Slovakia next year. Kosice and Bratislava. Bratislava is an amazing city. A lot of fun if you love hockey. Right now, the Swedish fans are loving hockey because Sweden up 2-1. As Mikheyev is driving towards the net, stripped to the puck at the last second and drawn off. Diving, and Nyquist has it. He chips, and away goes Gustav Nyquist. He's 1-on-4 because everyone's changing behind him. Pretty good effort, though, as he continues to work. Lindholm chips it for Rickard Rakell. Right in front of the Russian bench. Mikheyev ties him up. Zibanejad skating over trying to help. Eventually it's chipped out of play.
Guard Rakell. He's got the go-ahead goal so far. 5:13 left.
Sweden hanging on here in Copenhagen. Welcome back inside Royal Arena. Not that we needed this to be official because we kind of knew, but it is a sellout crowd. Just under 13,000. Watch a great game. Russia, Sweden. Just over 5 minutes to go in the third period. As that's directed in front. Top line continues to work. Rickard Rakell behind the net. As Zibanejad in front. Rakell waits. Bouncing puck in the slot and cleared by Russia. Rakell back on it. The far boards. Janmark trying to help him out, and Russia comes away with it. Shashnikov spins away from Rakell. Tries to drive it in deep. He cannot. Intercept it in Sweden. Kempe moving up ice with Phil Forsberg. Kempe gets it to Forsberg. In his skates, continues to dangle up to the far wall. Shot. Adam Larson fires. Rebound in front. Just swatted wide. Arvidsson was right there in that dirty area and just missed. Victor Arvidsson back on it. Drops it off into the corner. Kempe in front and swatted out of harm's way. That was, again, Barabanov. Pretty good job defensively and a tough stick. So as time winds down, we'll keep an eye on Kosechkin. Russia, just one loss in the tournament came to the Czech Republic. Sweden still undefeated here in Copenhagen. As mentioned, the loser will take on Team Canada in the quarterfinals in this building.
Philip Forsberg, get a sense of how good his skills are. Look at this pull through his legs. Oh, excuse me. With Javi Zulin draped on his back and Barra Balnoff poking into his feet. And it sets up this play. And on Larson, far side, rebound, Kempe pokes at it. Arvidsson almost able to tap it in. All set up from that ridiculous pull off the wall from Philip Forsberg.
5 goals, 9 points in the Stanley Cup playoffs for Arvidsson. Russia, Kiselevich off the draw, fires in some skates. And Nyquist is watching him closely. Datsuk. Datsuk tried to flip it in, far corner. Knocked down with a high stick.
Hornquist and Kiselevich going at each other. They got some ornery players in Sweden now with the arrival of Arvidsson and Hornquist. A little more bite to their game. And you get out there and you're playing against Gusev, Datsuk, and Kaprizov. You gotta have some jam. Like you gotta have some grit and anger in your defense. Because if you try to play them smooth, you try to play them nice and under control, they'll eat you alive because they're better at that game than you are. So you have to be under control. But when you're in the fight, you gotta be all in the fight.
Off the face-off, Sweden controls. And it's chipped in. Janmark in the corner, tries to tee up his line mate. Can as Raquel goes behind the net. Who did you hate playing against, Mike? Who was tough?
Peter Forsberg was tough. Adam Foote.
Backhand in front, bouncing puck. Raquel swats at it. As Zibanejad, he'll just fire it down the ice, and that should be icing.
Scott Niedermeyer. They don't have to be tough guys or physical guys, but when it came time to fight for that puck, they gave it every last bit of energy and strength that they had to win it. And man, did you ever feel it at the end of the night when you played against guys like that. And that's what Hornquist brings. And that's what Arvidsson brings. Every puck battle, that's what Datsuk brings. They are fully invested in every single battle.
Under 3 minutes to go, third period. Russia, desperate for a goal. Avazulin, far wall, battling with Raquel. Gusev fires to the near corner. It's Kaprizov chasing after it. Desperation time here for Russia. Datsuk, backhand, just slings it. It's the side of the net. Boy, he can whip it with that backhand. He's back on it. Datsuk. Back up to the point. Glazov to Gusev. He's got to dive and try to keep it in. Bouncing puck. It stays in for the time being, and Albrecht and Larson content to just dump it into neutral ice. Kaprizov will have to reload. Gavrikov. Kiselevich. As Kiselevich, players changing right by the bench. Puck battle continues. And finally whistled down. With just 2 minutes, 4 seconds remaining. Head coach, Billy Vorobiev and company.
Swedish fans rise in support of their team. Just over 2 minutes left. That's what the home ice advantage feels like for Sweden.
I wish we could bring each and every one of you watching at TSN and NHL Network in the building so you can see it firsthand, but it is a great atmosphere as we're under the 2-minute mark. Sweden trying to wrap up Group A. Gustav Nyquist chasing behind the net. Zaitsev tries to start it up for Russia. Michael Backlund, a good job to intercept, and he drives back into the Russian zone. Drop pass, shot, didn't get through as he set up Patrick Hornquist. Russia tries to set up now in the zone. We'll keep an eye on Kosechkin, who's tracking towards and now gone to the bench. Extra attacker is out. Sweden able to chip, empty net. As Mikheyev chips it across, goes off for a change. Long shot right on the money and quick to play it. Nice job as Nielsen Plays it for Ekholm, empty net, fires, scores! The Drake Roder still kings. And that should lock up Group A here in Copenhagen.
That's how you get after an empty netter. You made a good point, Brian. Really heads-up play by Anders Nielsen to get rid of that puck, not take the whistle, recognize he had a little bit of time. Ekholm stops, heads up. He's got Arvidsson on the fly anyways. He probably beats this out for icing. The numbers tell us if you have a clean look and there's over a minute left, take the shot at the empty net. Deal with the icing if you get it. End the game when you can, because these players are skilled enough that they should make that shot more often than not. And Ekholm sails it in the net for the third goal, and I think Anders Nielsen will pick up an assist.
Nielsen might put it down and give it a shot, but yeah, probably better off to hand it to the defenseman, right?
Know your limitation.
It's not Mike Smith out there. So Russia now down by 2, driving in to the backhand, rebound in front. They jab away, it's waved off in a big pile in front of Nielsen. The puck still loose, no whistle. Nielsen's lost his stick, it's in the crease as he slowly drags at Russia with 33 seconds remaining. Couldn't get it into the slot. Bodies flying everywhere, finally chipped down the ice. And Arvidsson chasing after it, no icing. 21 seconds remaining. Sweden changing behind the play. Nice job again as Arvidsson picks that off. Lindholm whacking at it. One last swing as Janmark gets it in deep. Kaprizov for Russia. Will try to chip and chase, goes behind the nets. 3 seconds remaining. Gusev, one last chance, in front, and that'll do it. Sweden wins 3-1, and they win Group A in Copenhagen.
Sweden with the 3-1 victory. That mad scramble, about 20 seconds left. I think the referees will probably want to take a look at that to make sure the puck didn't cross the line. If it did, they'd have to reset the clock to 20 seconds and 3-2. So before it's all said and done and finalized, we see Timothy Meyer stepping into the penalty box, American official.
There's a play under review with a minute left.
Just making sure, as this wild scramble to the side of Anders Nielsen. Soshnikov off his skate, he's got no idea where the puck is. It's right there, the stick of Adam Larsson pins it on the ice, and the skate of Delarose drags it out. Look at Adam Larsson, stick poking her right there to take it away, kick it to the side of the net, then Soshnikov drives it wide. I think that won't take too long to clean up and decide that this will be the telltale overhead. And it's to the side of the net now. It's stuck on Soshnikov's skate. It's not on Delarose's, it's on Soshnikov's. Plenty of time left if it happened to go in. See how close this was right here. Adam Larsson bails out his goaltender, drags it wide, and Soshnikov pulls it to the side of the post. No goal, 3-1 final. Sweden will get Group A first, and they will play the winner of Denmark-Latvia, which is still ongoing in Herning.
And more importantly for Canadian fans, it'll be Canada-Russia in the quarterfinal here in Copenhagen at Royal Arena. And one more look.
The referees have seen enough. Their official decision coming up.
Timothy Meyer with a call.
After review, the ruling on the ice, no goal, the game is over.
So now it's official. Sweden winning 3-1, undefeated still at the World Hockey Championship. Good night from Copenhagen. We'll see you for the quarters in Herning.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best players of each team will be awarded with the official watch from Tissot, official timekeeper of the 2018 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. The prizes will be presented by Anna Johansson, owner and CEO of AJ Group, and Vladimir Yoshinov, Russian ice hockey legend. And the best player of Team Russia is player number 13, Pavel Datsyuk. And the best player of Team Sweden is number 93, Mika Zibanejad. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Sweden. The 2018 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship will continue to Rock Arena on Thursday, the 17th of May, with the first of the quarterfinals. And it's at 4:15. Get your official merchandise today. Don't forget to visit the IIHF merchandise stand in the fan zone. And there are still a few tickets for the next game. And it can be bought at Ticketmaster box office in the arena and in the fan zone. And we thank you for a exciting game.
Mika, another big game for your team, a big win, undefeated through the preliminary rounds. Did you think that you guys could have done this the first day of the tournament?
That's what we were aiming for, obviously. Finish #1 in our group, and we're able to do that.
Is it easier to come out amped up with a crowd like this?
For sure. I mean, the crowd has been unbelievable through this whole group stage, and so fortunate to play for Team Sweden with these fans, and couldn't be happier.
Have you ever played on a line where it seemed like the chemistry was just easy, like you have with your line mates here?
I think in a tournament like this, probably not. It's been incredible to play with two great players, and they make it really easy for me. So,
what works so well between the three of you?
I think we have an understanding how we want to play, and it's been working out so far. And three smart players out there trying to find each other and talking a lot, so it's good.
Up next is quarterfinals. What's going to take for you guys to push for a defense of your national championship last year?
One game at a time mentality. We have a tough game coming up here, and you know it's elimination game, so we got to be ready.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Pavel, not the way you wanted the game to finish. However, it's still a very tight game and one that your team played very well, and you have to be happy with your team's performance?
We play well in the third period. We slowly start in the first two period, and our score start to 1. We start play our hockey game. It's much better. We need to play every 60 minutes like that.
Do you feel like your team has shown the type of play that it needs to in order to move on past the quarterfinals?
I don't think so. I think we have lots of gap in our team, and we need to next game. We need to not save anything. We just need to show up everything, everybody.
You know what it takes to win. What will your message be to your team moving forward?
Enjoy the good atmosphere and play hard every shift.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.